Let's go to 5 headlines. Okay, and here's another one of these. The Daily Wire reports a Black Lives Matter protester allegedly pulled a gun on a truck in Indianapolis late last week as the truck tried to get around a group of protesters that were occupying the road. A video of the incident went viral on social media over the weekend, but the incident appears to have happened last Thursday. Here's the video.
Believe it or not, he's so he can measure, but he ain't gonna hit nobody.
Come on, buddy. Don't be stupid.
Guys, drop that water.
If you don't know what security is,
What you have to understand here is that these leftist, quote unquote, protesters, they have been driven so mad by their own sense of entitlement. They have gone so crazy with entitlement that they really, at this point, don't even understand the concept of, they stand in the middle of the road with a gun and point it at a driver. They really think they have a right to do that. They really believe, I believe that they actually believe they have a right to do it. Which is why if you ever say to them, you're not supposed to do it. What do you mean? What do you mean I can't do this? This is freedom. Stop being a fascist. They really don't get it. Because, as I said, they have quite literally been driven mad by their sense of entitlement. Number two, speaking of madness, report in the AP says Riverdale Nursing Home in the Bronx appears on paper to have escaped the worst of the coronavirus pandemic with an official count of just 4 deaths in its 146-bed facility. The truth, according to the home, is far worse. 21 dead, most transported to hospitals before they succumbed. It was a cascading effect, Administrator Emily Fuziyev recalled. One after the other, New York's coronavirus death toll in nursing homes, already among the highest in the nation, could actually be a significant undercount. Unlike every other state with major outbreaks, New York only counts residents who died on nursing home property and not those who were transported to hospitals and died there. The statistic could add thousands to the state's official care home death toll of just 6,600, but so far the administration of Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo has refused to divulge the number, leading to speculation that the state is manipulating the figures to make it appear it is doing a better job than other states and making a tragic situation less dire. So this is, nothing to see here. Just, we start with government policies that directly killed thousands, and now we go to an actual conspiracy to cover up how bad the damage is. And Governor Cuomo is just sailing through this, no problem at all. No problem at all for him. That's Democratic privilege for you. Number 3, my personal favorite musical artist, Tekashi 6ix9ine, a poet and musician, even more brilliant and insightful than Cardi B, if you can believe it, is causing controversy today, not because of his lyrics or because he's a convicted violent felon who only escaped a half century in prison because he turned around and snitched on the other gang members and his crew. Not because of that, but because he rode a subway without a mask. Watch.
If you're recording items, fill up as you have at local trains. The next stop is 4th Avenue, 9th Street.
Stand clear to close the door, please.
Just shocking behavior there. Shocking behavior. And this is what people are upset about. And it goes back to what I said at the top about even though, if you criticize pop music or whatever it is that Tekashi 6ix9ine does, you're always going to have people scoffing at you and saying, oh, it's just relax. It's just music, you snowflake. Yet these are the people that are offended by everything. In this case, they're offended by a guy because he's not wearing a mask on the subway. And I didn't even mention in the Cardi B song, actually, there has been some leftist backlash against the song. It's got nothing to do with the celebration of the objectification of women. It's two reasons. Number one, Kylie Jenner is in the song, and that's a controversy. I have no idea why. I think it's literally just because she's white. So there are people that are upset that a white person is in the song. And also that there's tigers. There are big cats. And so the tiger, Carol Baskin chimed in, and other animal rights people have been offended by it. So those are the two things we're worried about. We're worried about the tigers, and we're worried that a white person was allowed in the video, because you can't have any of that. Okay. Number 4, the Huffington Post reports a Washington man was arrested on Saturday for allegedly assaulting a 72-year-old veteran over a face mask dispute. Police apprehended Cody Hansen, 35, at his home after he was reported. The July 18th incident left the unidentified victim with a broken jaw and cornea abrasion. And what happened is a partially disabled elderly veteran, and looks like they were at a hotel. Yeah, they were in the lobby of a hotel. The elderly man says something to Hansen's girlfriend because she wasn't wearing a face mask, and then Hansen later returns and does this. If you had any hope or optimism about humanity's chances in general, or its chances of surviving some sort of apocalyptic situation, rebuilding society, if you had any hope about that, it should be gone now. Just based on this mask stuff. I mean, really on both sides, just the way people are acting, violently assaulting each other over wearing a mask or not wearing one. It's total lunacy. Number 5, well, we've talked a lot about lunacy. Let's go to a little gleaming light, just a small bit of sanity. It's a small matter, but I think I tend to latch on to any sanity that I see now, and because I got to find hope somewhere. So this is from Deadline reports, the Simpsons actor Harry Shearer, who gives voice to characters ranging from elderly miser Mr. Burns to the unflappable African-American physician Dr. Julius Hibbert, isn't quite in agreement with the long-running show's recent decision to stop using white actors for non-white characters. Shearer, this is what he said in an interview on Times Radio: "I have a very simple belief about acting. The job of the actor is to play someone who they're not." Wow. That's provocative. That's provocative these days. To just define what acting is provocative and controversial, and actually not everyone agrees. A lot of people don't agree. The issue has been the source of debate with regard to Fox's The Simpsons since the documentary The Problem with Apu, and last year's announcement by Hank Azaria that who portrays Apu, that he's going to step away from the role. Though Shearer pointed out that he was not opining on whether the producer's recent decision was a mistake, he says that, playing a range of characters is the gig. That's the job description. He continues, "I think there's a conflation between representation, which is important." Shearer suggests that he disagreed with conflation between representation and performance. People from all backgrounds should be represented in the writing and producing end of the business, so they help decide what stories to tell and with what knowledge. But he adds again, the job is playing someone I'm not. There's nothing to disagree with here. It's really basic common sense. This is what an actor does. You pretend to be something that you're not. But this is where we are in our culture right now, where this is an actor saying, my job is to pretend to be something I'm not. And this is headline news these days. Hey, you, you right there. Hit the subscribe button right now. Do it right now. I thank you for your compliance. It's somewhat appreciated.